Herzlich willkommen zu unserer heutigen Ausgabe vom Telezoo. Wir werden uns heute mit unseren kleinen, vierbeinigen, pelzigen Freunden beschäftigen und zwischendurch auch noch ein bisschen Wein trinken. Ja, herzlich willkommen. Wir haben ein kleines bisschen später gestartet. Und ja, Charlotte ist schon auf Position. Es fehlt nur noch die Wolke. Charlotte ist schon wieder weg. Und ja, heute Abend wieder mit Kilian. Aus Österreich und der Quarantäne zurück. Und ja, dann wollen wir mal schauen, was wir machen. Ich denke, wir können direkt schon anfangen. Heute gibt es, übernimm du mal.
Ja, heute gibt es wieder einen schönen Wein aus Portugal, einen Weißwein. Die Rebsorte heißt Arinto, steht hier vorne in Rot drauf. Wenn ihr die Flasche vor euch habt, seht ihr es auch besser als hier jetzt in der Kamera. Der Wein, der kommt aus der Nähe von Lissabon, ungefähr eine Stunde mit dem Auto weg. Von dort wachsen die Reben und man ist quasi direkt am Meer, also Luftlinie 10 Kilometer, wenn nicht sogar weniger. Ja, was gibt's noch zu sagen?
Ja, ist kühl, Atlantik, ja. Und unheimlich sehr kalkiger Boden, sehr, sehr viele Fossilien, deswegen haben wir natürlich auch das Fossil auf dem Etikett. Und ja, unsere vierbeinigen Freunde sind hier, ihr seht es nicht, aber vielleicht hört ihr es, die halten uns hier echt auf Trab und rauben uns so ein bisschen die Konzentration. Aber das wird sich gleich beruhigen, schätze ich mal. Ja, also Arinto einmal zur Abwechslung mal eine Mono-Rebsorte sozusagen, also ein Wein aus einer Rebsorte. Portugal ist ja das Land eigentlich der Rebsorten-Assemblage, der Rebsorten-Cuvées. Und ja, probieren wir mal, Kili, oder?
Ja. Also riecht auf jeden Fall schon mal super.
Das war jetzt präzise, ja?
Ja, sehr präzise. So ein bisschen Zitruszeste, frisch angeschnittener Apfel. Mehr so die.
Pierre Gauthier ist auch dabei. Salut.
Salut.
Salut, ou c'est Rodolphe. Bon, le domaine Gauthier.
So ein bisschen was wie Marzipan oder Mandeln.
Ja, viel Mandeln, so ein bisschen oxidiert. Man sieht es auch, habt ihr sicherlich festgestellt, auch beim Einschenken, ziemlich dunkle Farbe. Mhm. Und auf jeden Fall, was schon mal ganz klar ist, wir haben so einen sehr komplexen, sehr vielschichtigen Charakter vom Duft. Ne? Viel Fülle auch, ja.
Ja, die Mirabellen, die kann ich gut nachvollziehen.
Genau. Sehr dicht am Gaumen, salzig, richtig salzig, so ein bisschen jodig. Konnte fast meinen, dass es vom Meer kommt. Ich denke hier eher vom Boden scheinbar. Sehr lang, ne? Und auch so ausgesprochen salzig im Abgang. Ja. Und
hallo Raoul.
Hallo Raoul, guten Abend. Ja, ich finde hier, dass sehr viel Frische da ist, durch das Salzige, durch das Mineralische, aber auch durch die Säure, die der Arinto hat, die ist hier so ein bisschen gebremst. Ne? Aber das ist schon wirklich ein absoluter Essenswein. Rutscht aber schon ganz gut rein, finde ich so. Ne? Mhm. Ich glaube, dann können wir mal den Pedro Marques dazu holen. Ja. Von Vale de Capucha. Wir hatten vorhin bei der Generalprobe ein bisschen Tonprobleme bei ihm. Ich hoffe, dass er es beheben konnte. Wir haben es jetzt in der Zwischenzeit noch nicht geprobt, aber jetzt rufen wir ihn mal und mal schauen, was los ist. Mal gucken, hoffentlich guckt er auch zu. Ja, und was kann man euch sonst noch erzählen? Also wenn wir schon beim Telezoo sind, bei der Firma Marques, bei der Familie, gibt es auch unheimlich viele Tiere auf dem Hof. Die züchten Jack Russell Terrier, es sind immer ganz süße kleine Jack Russells dabei. Und alles mögliche Geflügel, so seltene Hühnersorten, Pfauen, läuft da alles rum. Das ist also wirklich ganz toll. Und vielleicht haben wir da auch noch mal irgendwie Crush. So, und da ist jetzt auch der Pedro. Hola, Pedro.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi, Pedro.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, Pedro. Do you hear us?
I was about to get ready,
Yes.
and I think I'm ready. Just picking up the bottle and going to the table upstairs.
Yes. Good.
I was listening the tasting
Yes.
and getting ready. So
Great.
we are
Great.
almost there.
Great. Fantastic.
So tasting Arinto 2017.
Yes. Right.
I think this is the first cellar tour that we did, right?
Yes. We did the elevator as well. Yeah. Yeah. So, somebody thought this was going to be in Germany. No, we're here. Everybody is in his place, and everybody is safe. So, Pedro, just while walking upstairs, can you tell us a little bit about Vale de Capucha? Why is it called Vale de Capucha?
Very well. So here we are. So we are a wine family making wines in the Lisbon coast for some generations now. It was our great-grandfather that started the wine production here in Torres Vedras. Torres Vedras is an appellation of the big Lisbon region. So it's one of the biggest in area, and it is characterized by the Atlantic influence. So the big Lisbon region has some DOCs that are quite close to the ocean. This is one of those, as Colares, which you might know, as Lourinhã up in the north, more for spirits. So our vineyard, it's a few kilometers from the shore. It's about 8 kilometers.
8
So
kilometers. Yeah.
it is. And the soil, it's limestone from the Lisbon outskirts until almost the region of Douro, Porto City, which is Bairrada and Lisbon, have this kind of soil. So here we are at 9 kilometers from the ocean in limestone, working Portuguese varieties. Mainly this one you are tasting, Arinto, which is a very local variety from Lisbon coast, which has no similarities with any other grapes or synonym. So it's very, very unique. In terms of the wine, I would say that Arinto, it's in between a triangle of Chardonnay, Chenin, and Savagnin, I would say. So
Yeah.
it gets a bit of these three grapes sometimes, depending on the winemaking and vintage. It can touch these different profiles.
Yeah.
So we work the vineyard since plantation as organic. So we are now working these young vines since 2009. Was our first little vintage. 2010 was our debut, I would say. And the results have been interesting from the beginning. So we think, despite of the young age of the vineyard, the terroir impression is strong, and we are happy for that.
Yeah.
I think.
And
I think
it's also the landscape. It's very special. It's a very strong landscape. Excuse me, Pedro. I just forgot an announcement, because we're doing a posting competition for the best post with the food and your wine tonight, and the hashtags live in Wein-Kreis and Weinhandlung-Kreis. So I repeat that in German. Also, wie die letzten Wochen machen wir wieder unseren Posting-Wettbewerb. Leute, postet euer bestes Essen live in Wein-Kreis Foto. mit dem Hashtag Live im Wein-Kreis und Weinhandel im Kreis. Der letzte Post gewinnt eine Flasche Arinto. So we are throwing in one bottle of Arinto for the best post. Und dann wollte ich, and I want to say hello to everybody. We are quite a crowd tonight, and we are from, I saw Marques from Genève, I saw Cesar from Jerez. With many friends. We have Sandra Bravo watching, and we have Domaine Belair watching. So everybody's here. Hi, everybody. And it's also Bernd Klingenbrunn who's watching. I saw him.
I say hi to everyone, and thanks for joining this beautiful moment.
Yes.
So the Capucha Arinto, it's a blend of 3 different vineyards.
Mm-hmm.
It is the main parcel is called Quinta, which is the block in front of the house. It's what we have here in majority. Another block is São José,
Mm-hmm.
and a third one called Foro. And a third one called Foro. Problems with the I'm sorry.
Oh no.
It was sound, but it's fine now.
Okay.
So a blend of 3 different parcels, vintage 17. So 17 vintage was quite special for us, although it was a quite dry, very dry vintage and warm. We were able to pick the grapes at the right time. So we had a record of 30 days ahead the normal time for vintage. So it was something really special, maybe like 2018 for France, which was very warm and way ahead the right time.
Yes.
But the grapes were really good. We picked them at the right time, and we were able to make fresh wines, although the warm climate, although the warm vintage. So
Yes.
Arinto, it's a grape that suffers from the heat. It doesn't like this kind of vintage, but picked at the right window, it makes a really good wine. And we were happy. In the beginning, we were a bit worried with the vintage, but the result has been really good across all the 17 wines. So the aging has been nice.
Yeah, that's good.
I've got a question. So you said that there's this regional appellation where the wines grow, but on the label you don't state the appellation. It says only Vinho de Portugal.
Yes. So as you know, many of the winemakers that are trying to have the right expression of the terroir, so working organic, biodynamically, and in the winery, not really interfering much with corrections and that kind of actuation, have a different profile. It is the right profile. It is a true profile, but the tasting panels of the commissions that certify the wines for the region are not used to this profile. So we have this difficulty sometimes, and we have to label the wines as Vinho de Portugal. So it is an analog of Vin de France. So
Yes.
unfortunately, we are for the region. We are for the DOCs, the AOCs. We make that effort. I think we are starting to get some attention with it, but not yet touching the tasting panels. So the cat always drinks a bit as well.
That's like, your smell is smelling interesting, but now she's leaving.
So Arinto, for example, Arinto typically would be a wine with medium to light body and quite high acid and a lot of tropical citrus aromas. So that is the normal Arinto that the consumer knows about. And that is what still is on top of the I would say the references for the tasting. So our wine is quite different. We are fermenting the wine slowly, 100% in barrel, so with long aging, so allowing the wine to be more I would say round, more free in terms of profile. So we give them time to express itself. So we have a quite different wine from the normal.
Yes, and and your and the work in the cellar is also very relaxed. So you don't do many rackings or filtrations or things.
No, so this wine is very classic approach. It is 100% whole bunch pressing and leaving the wine in a tank for a few hours in a stainless steel tank for a few hours before racking to barrels. Mm-hmm. So nothing more classic than this. So gentle pressing, juice settles for a few hours, and we rack to barrels. And fermentation starts in the barrel, and then we of course start following the wine. And if no problem or any strong reduction that takes the wine apart what it should be, we just leave it. So it's basically racking to barrel, fermentation, staying on lees as long as possible. So we have the wine protected. This cuvée was bottled without sulfur. So it is a wine that we need to be in the barrel until bottling. So it has no stainless steel aging. So it was racked from the barrels and filled up the bottles 3 days after. So.
Mm-hmm. So there's a question from Miguel. He asks if you do pre-fermentation maceration.
Well, not in this wine. It isn't macerated. So it is, as I said, all bunch straight to the barrel.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, and you have another version of the Arinto, which I love very much, and I know most of the sommeliers who tasted it, they really fell in love with this wine. Can you explain us this wine?
Yes. So we are in search of knowing more about Arinto. We are bottling some. We are starting to bottle some terroir, some separated vineyards, and the case, the one you were saying, it's one parcel called San Jose. So some San Jose is in this blend, but we have one separate from the 2015 vintage, and it's a wine which is a bit different from this one. That one is a small production. It's just 1 barrel, and it is basket pressed. So there is a bit of maceration during the pressing. So it's different from a whole bunch. So there's a bit of phenolic going on in the wine, and the aging has to be longer. So here we have 20 months on this wine. So we bottle always with 2 winters. So this was bottled in 19, and the San Jose, we give it about 30 months. So it is a long aging because this maceration brings a bit of structure that we need more time to polish.
Yes, and you have and you have even. I mean, this is a really complex wine, but the San Jose is really incredibly complex. It's really fantastic. So it's really a wine on its own, and of course very good with food too. But it's just as well the wine that you can sip and you can.
It is. It is.
Yeah, you can concentrate on and you get lost in it. Really nice.
Does it stay on the lees all the time?
Yes, all the time, all the time. You perceive that even strongly on San Jose because the level of reduction is higher. So the wine has that strong reduction impact that we find with these wines with a lot of lees aging, mainly from the Jura. When I taste that wine, I remember those long aging Chardonnays or Sauvignons from Houillet from the Jura. It's what I have in mind. It's very interesting to find out similarities of the wines here and there. Well,
yes, yeah. Let's have a little wine break. We have. There's another very interesting thing in Torres Vedras historically. So it's a very, very important place for those who don't know. There's a big history. There was a big battle going on between Wellington and Napoleon. Can you tell us about that? And there's a nice film about that as well.
Yes. History here, it's strong in terms of Bellic happenings. So we had here in Torres Vedras was a system of fortifications called linhas de Torres, so Torres Vedras lines, that were protecting the city of Lisbon. So it's here in these hills. So visiting the place, you will see there's no plains here. It's very hilly, soft hills, I would say. No mountains, no big mountains here, but just soft hills. There were a very good field for protecting us from the invader. So we could hide easily in these surroundings of Lisbon. And that happened, the majority of that battles were here in the city. We were battling Napoleon and the French, the French army with the help of the English. So the Portugal and England, we have the oldest ally, I would say, treaty of the history. So we were the first allies to happen many centuries ago, and they were here. So there were strong battles between General Wellington against General Junot from the French. It was very interesting. Yes. And all the reminiscence of those battles and those years here, you can perceive them around today, mainly by looking at people's eyes. So here in Torres Vedras, you'll find a lot of people with blue eyes. So it means they have time to do a lot of wine breaks as well, and maybe something else.
Yes, Rita Lisboa says beef Wellington. So was beef Wellington the recipe invented in Torres Vedras, or was it the recipe for Wellington? But is there a link between beef Wellington and Torres Vedras?
Well, not that I haven't knowledge. I don't think so. Yeah. It was not invented here.
Yeah. Okay. And where are the dogs?
Well, the dogs are, they work very early, so they are now having their meal and not at the winery anymore. So they are not around. I could not convince them. They said, no, the sun has gone and it's our time.
Hola, Gonzalo. Yeah, now we have our Peruvian friends on board. Hey, he likes the wine. He was there at Perspective Wine, so he loves the wine. Yes, fantastic. Yeah, yeah.
So will we have some perspective this year? Maybe
Well, we're thinking over. It's very hard to planify,
predict.
and probably we are going to make a digital wine festival. We're not sure yet, but we already doubt that that's going to be that with people wine. Yeah. Yeah, so there was a question, I think it was Sophie. Yeah, the cat was here and she's gone. Maybe yeah.
So and now something more actual. Is the wine? I would say the sorry, some call. So I don't know if it's a good issue for this meeting, but I hope that the wine lovers and all the wine scene in Germany and Stuttgart particularly are nice. It's recovering, and we need that to survive. So in some markets, in some clients, it has we find out that people are enjoying the wine at home. So the restaurants are closed, but the passion is not gone, and people drink good wine at home, and that's very important for us.
Same here. People are enjoying wine at home. Of course, fortunately, a lot, so we can make up part of the losses we have with the deliveries to the restaurants and our wine bar, which is closed for almost a year now.
Yes.
But so that's okay. People are supporting us very, very well. So there's a question from Björn. When you took over the winery in 2009, what obstacles did you have to overcome to fulfill your vision of winemaking?
Well, I would say the first obstacles were in terms of selling the wine, because we started we started strongly with the concept of cutting with the past and trying to build up a good environment here. So working organically and making a more easy to drink wine. So wine without corrections, low sulfur, etc. At that time, it was difficult to sell Lisbon wine as it was done. So the market here internally was hard. Sommeliers were not open to try other regions. Sometimes it was strongly influenced by the Douro and Alentejo. We were saying about 10 years ago. And we had to sell the wine abroad. So the tactic was in the beginning trying to sell the wine in the city, because we are just 35 kilometers from 2 million inhabitants in Lisbon, and that was the idea. But unfortunately, we could not find the people there. We had to do backpack, get the plane, and stay at friends' house in different cities, and knocking at the importers, going to bars, knowing who were the importers, moving on these wines, making tastings with them in a bar or outside the bar, pulling the bottles from the backpack. It was nice times. Those that we did that, and we succeeded. So we started touching some of the people, and they were surprised by the wine.
Yes, and you have great importers. I've seen worldwide. Really, the good, the real people. That's really great to see. And yes, of course, if you have a look at the Portuguese wine scene, as well as the wine list, still a very classic. And for example, you don't have these many people doing organic wine growing in Portugal as well. It's still very classic.
It still is. It still is, but the organic wine production is rising. It's getting to every region. Even big companies are switching and becoming organic, which is great. And I think in a few years we will be a big majority of the wine production.
Yes.
People are aware that they will have no choice and will have to change our way of living by doing these changes, and it will be something normal, I hope.
Yeah.
Do you think that one issue is that your region was used for a lot of wine production of not so good quality before?
Yes, so our DOC, our appellation, Torres Vedras, the last numbers about wine production in Portugal, this was the fifth municipality to produce the bigger quantity. So there's a lot of wine here that is not even certified. It's Vin de Portugal, but very low quality. And the focus is to sell abroad by bulk to emerging markets. So some emerging markets in Africa in the beginning, and now more towards China, India, those new markets that are absorbing cheap wine. So Africa is now more complicated.
Yeah.
So there's another question from Maria. She asks about how long would you say could you keep this wine because there's no sulfur added?
Okay, it's a good question. So making wine without sulfur, which is not at all our specialty, we're not aiming to do no sulfur wine just because we are following the quality of the wines, and if we can bottle without sulfur, we'll do it. But you have two ways of doing it. One is to bottle very early and drink it very early, and maybe those wines don't have so much potential to age. The other thing is to age the wine before going into bottle. So it's what this wine is. It's something we did and aged 2 years in the cellar before bottling. So the wine doesn't go to bottle without being robust, without being fit and maintaining the quality. So it's something important. So for this wine, it will age beautifully in the bottle without any problem.
Yes, but you have to store it really in a cool place, in a cool cellar.
I think all the wines. I think we have to take care of the product. We have to take care of wine as we take care of the other food goods we have at home. So we don't put the butter in the living room or milk, whatever. Wine has its own spot. It has to be treated with carefully, I think. And nowadays it is. So transport of wine is not done in the summer. It's done in other time of the year. Good glasses are used, wine fridge, everything is important to have the quality of the wine.
We do only, with all our international transports, we do only refrigerated transport.
Yes.
Yes.
So in winter it doesn't get too cold, the wine won't freeze, and in summer it's always
protected.
So we're taking great care of this as well.
Yes, we know. Yes, we know. And it is becoming more democratic.
There's another great wine producer watching from the Mosel, Thorsten.
Thorsten.
Yes, hi Thorsten.
Thorsten.
I really love
How are you? How are you? Good to hear from you. He's of course. I visited Thorsten twice, and I know he's a lover of Portugal. He comes here when he can. We have our friends Silvia and Nadir distributing our wines together in Lisbon, which is a big joy. And you should come in the summer for this tasting, Kilian and Bern, which is Vinho ao Vivo. It's unmissable to discover more producers. So, as you know, Simplesmente Vinho, which is nice and fantastic. There is a tasting in Lisbon, which is unmissable. Maybe if it happens this year, I'll give you information. Maybe you can travel. It's during a weekend, so it might be interesting.
Yes, you could see Roxana dancing here.
Yes.
It's a while now, and this year, well, we don't know. And it would be nice. And of course, we have to eat some seafood at La Cerveceria Ramiro. Yes.
Ramiro.
Yes, I really miss that. That's we shouldn't have said this because there are too many people going there. So,
it's an institution. You have to wait to enter. Yeah, but it's worth. Yeah, definitely.
It's fantastic, and you can drink some fantastic wines. Do they sell your wines as well?
Ramiro?
Yes.
No. They are. People go there for food, for seafood, mainly, and beer. It's not a place to drink complex wines, I would say. They just have easy drinking Vinho Verde, Alvarinho, and beer, I think.
Yes, but they have nice wines. They have Busaco.
Yes?
Yes.
Really? Oh, that's new to me. That's new to me.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't go there for a long time, actually.
Yeah. Well,
that's good news. Good
so
news.
you don't occupy our place. That's
Yes.
I totally agree with you. Don't go there.
Good view.
So, Pedro, what is your favorite grape to work? Asks
Federico, grande abraço, saudades. So, I think Arinto, Fernão Pires, Castelão are the grapes that define us, defines the region, defines this DOC, and we are willing now strongly to gain more experience with the reds. So we have a fantastic blend here to explore, which is Castelão and Tinta Miúda.
Yes.
So Tinta Miúda, it only exists here inside Portugal, only exists here locally, and in Spain, in Rioja, under the name Graciano. So it's the same grape, and we are looking forward to explore this blend in the future. But now, I would say Arinto is our true passion. Kilian is very happy. What's going on?
Yeah, connected all the time, so maybe the sound changes now. But
okay,
everybody understood us.
So I had no sound.
No. It was
okay.
our. We have such nice microphones and really a professional monitor to listen to your beautiful voice. And actually, they weren't plugged in. So,
Okay.
but we were enjoying the wine and you talking so nicely. So
So we go back to beginning. Hi Baron, hi Killian. So let's try
Pedro, nice to
let's try
see
some
you.
wine.
Yeah.
Regarding the not adding of sulfur. So everything that can happen biologically has to be prohibited. So I guess there's no malic acid left, and it went to malo, right?
Yes. All our wines go under malo. All the whites, obviously all the reds. So we don't do early bottlings. We don't bottle in the spring. We need to bottle the latest in the summer before harvest. We bottle some wines, such as Fossil, for example. We bottled with 10 months of aging, but we have to get the wines to warm up. So we need the spring to be sure that all the malic is, of course we do the analysis, but the wines sometimes have very little amount of malic that they still need some time. Even Fossil, we have to change vinification a bit in the last two vintage, and we were not able to bottle with 10 months, and we did another aging. We were, during 2018, we had a difficult year here in terms of sales because we were not able to bottle any wine. Yes. So we, even Fossil now, we are giving it a bit more time, and the result is much better. So the wine gains, we are all more happy to have a wine ready to drink without any problems.
We have to explain now for all the non-wine professionals what we were talking about. So, Kilian, vielleicht du auf Deutsch dann.
Also, beim Wein
Yes.
gibt es verschiedene Arten von Säure, die vorkommen. Das ist zum einen die Weinsäure und dann gibt es die Apfelsäure. Und bei der Apfelsäure gibt es das Problem, dass Milchsäurebakterien die sehr gerne entmüden und die machen dann die sogenannte Malo- oder Milchsäuregärung. Und dabei wird eben die Apfelsäure in Milchsäure umgewandelt. Und wenn das unkontrolliert passiert, gibt es Fehltöne oder Trübheit. Und das ist dann nicht so gut.
Das sprudelt.
Genau. Wenn man das kontrolliert im Fass macht oder im Tank, dann ist es kein Problem, dann ist es auch ein bisschen mehr Komplexität. Das kann dann so Aromen geben wie Joghurt oder Sahne, Butter, das findet man auch bei Chardonnays aus ferner Regionen.
Einmal quer durch die Molkerei, das wollen wir aber nicht haben.
So
Ja.
Und genau, also wenn die Apfelsäure noch drin ist, wenn der Wein in der Flasche ist, dann ist es oft gefährlich, vor allem wenn kein Schwefel drauf ist.
So, jetzt sagt der Carsten Wert, wir sind sehr leise, wir machen es mal ein bisschen lauter. Sehr leise, sagt der Carsten. Ich versuche mal hier die Lautstärke ein bisschen zu erhöhen. Wir hätten es dann lieber ausgeschaltet lassen sollen. Jetzt müsste es ein bisschen besser sein. Könnt ihr mal... So, jetzt habe ich den Pegel angehoben. Wahrscheinlich zu laut. Ja, wir hätten es lieber sein lassen sollen. Okay, so. Just people making jokes. There was another question, apparently from somebody who's living in Belgium. Who's selling your wines in Belgium?
So we have our friend Patricia from.
Yes.
You know,
friend. Well, yeah, of course.
You know
Yes.
Patricia? Oh,
Yes.
of course. You know everyone, of course.
No, only the good people.
Oh, Patricia represents our wine in Belgium. So she has office in Brussels, and she's with us for 3 years now.
Yes. How is it called?
So the company is called the Solar.
Yes, I remember. Yeah. Patricia, yeah. Well, of course, she's Portuguese and yeah, she's fantastic. Yeah, like Patricia very much. Yes, there were some people, already two, who are saying that that they were enjoying risotto with your wine with mountain cheese. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
There was something that I would like to ask. I mean, to add to Killian's answer about the malolactic. So for us, making the wine like this is it's absolutely necessary. So the wines have to go under malo because we work with high acid grapes. So this soil, this limestone soil, which originates very acid juices. So the basic soils, the pH is high. You have less pH in the juice. So this connection is important. We need to give the wines aging and go under malo. So we can enjoy the wine with smoothness. So Arinto is quite acid. It has sometimes acidity numbers as Riesling, so higher than Chardonnay. So it can be really, really strong in acidity. So we have to work the wines with aging and allow them to do the malolactic, of course.
Okay. Maybe I say that in German as well. Also die Apfelsäure, die ist deutlich aggressiver als die Weinsäure. Und wenn man die Säureumwandlung macht, also die Milchsäuregärung, dann wird der Wein ein bisschen weicher, weil eben die Säure nicht mehr so ganz kräftig ist.
Okay, and we have missed Charlotte's question. Pedro, many people considered you a shooting star, which I fully understand, of course. Did that make things easier, or did it lead it to pressure? You're a shooting star. Wow.
What mean shooting star?
Yeah, fast rising star. You know?
No, I'm not. No.
Somebody who sells his wine very, very expensively.
No, that's not true. I wish. No, we just try to do our work and you know, we are happy to have good partners selling the wine that share passion. So discovering people like you. It is our biggest joy. So we like to be working with people that understand and like to transmit that to their customers, and they care about visiting, they care about the detail. That's very important because wine is something also intellectual. So we like this approach. And thank you for representing us so well. It's what I have to say.
Listen.
Somebody says that's what all shooting stars say.
Yes, that's true.
Olavo.
Yes, but
Olavo is from the house.
But in this place, I have to thank also my colleague Bernd Klingenbrunn from Frankfurt, who made the connection. Really, so there are still very, very good and nice colleagues around. Yeah.
Yes, they are working with us for many years now, and they are good friends. Yes.
Yeah, really nice, and I really appreciated putting us into touch. You know, it was really nice.
Rita.
So Rita, she's your fan number one.
Yes. So Rita, Bernd, here you are.
Yes, he's there. Yes.
There was
Everybody's listening.
Yes.
Is this a cool climate wine?
Well, you know, Portugal is considered, or people perceive Portugal as a warm climate, a warm wine climate country.
Yes.
I think it's more known for that because, you know, if we open the wine books about Portugal, we see Douro, we see port wine, we see some Madeira maybe, but port wine and Douro wine is really important. Oh, the bottle. Oh my, you have to do tastings with magnums.
Actually, many people want to see us drinking 2 or 3 bottles, but we always refuse. But actually, when Kilian was away to Austria to his WSET course, I had to drink the bottles more or less on my own.
Germans are the best.
I like that too. It was really fun. Actually, I had to share them with Roxana, who doesn't drink tonight. So, because actually, we had for the advertisement of this tasting, we reserved a bottle on Saturday, and then on Saturday we decided to end our dry January, and it ended with 2 bottles of wine. And we weren't used to that, so Sunday was more or less of the relaxed kind. And I had to fetch another bottle, which was this one.
So we're doing the same. So here, every day we open bottles and taste and drink, and makes part of the culture.
Yeah.
And then to answer Kilian, so Portugal. It's such a small country, but with so diverse terroir. You have all kinds of soils, since limestone, schist, granite, volcanic. You will find out many different styles. You cannot say Portuguese wine is that. It's B or C or D. It's a mix. It's music. And I would say here we have conditions that are, similar to the Loire. The temperature is a bit higher, but we have the strong maritime influence, and we have shade because there is slopes. Slopes are north facing, south facing, east. They don't get sun every day sometimes, and we mix parcels. And we are considered maybe cool climate. I don't know. I would say the wines speak for themselves. So I don't find them too fruity or too alcoholic. We can go further than 12 or 13, as you would see probably in the Jura. So the wines are not low alcohol, and it's a cool climate. So we can extend maturation. And we like that. We don't like early picking. We wait for the berries to have full energy, full power, full flavor to pick them. So there's some maturation in the wines, but I think the cool climate impression is there. So in the end of the day, in the palate, freshness is there, acidity is there, and that brings balance, I think.
Yes, I think you could consider it a cool climate. For example, we Germans, we love to go to the beaches everywhere, but nobody goes to Portugal to the beaches because the water is too cool, and you are so close. You're so close to the water that maybe.
Yeah, and I think.
Good point.
Yeah, and I think a very important fact are the very cold nights. Even in summer, you have really a huge drop in temperature, actually.
Right, because humidity and wind comes, generally speaking, from northwest. So it gets the ocean environment. So wind brings ocean inland. So coolness during nights it's something important. So in our local beach, we've been there, right? We've been there together,
been
Ben?
to the beach. No.
Because it's too cold?
No. We like to go there during the winter, of course, in summer. But I was trying to refer. I was trying to refer to summer here. When we go out to the beach, we always take a jacket or a sweater, because by 5 p.m., 6 p.m. becoming sometimes chilly, and you have to dress up something. Beach is over, and the wind and the moisture appears.
Yeah, and even at daytime, if you have 30, 35 degrees, at nighttime you have sometimes 15.
Yes.
So that's
Yes.
fantastic, you know, for resting, for sleeping. It's beautiful.
Yes,
Yeah.
but here rarely over 30, over 35, I would say maximum.
Yeah.
So we don't have 40, 45 that you will find out in Douro or in the Alentejo easily.
Yes.
So we don't have that here. Yeah.
Okay. And there's another question regarding the Malo. Why don't we have the
João,
typical Malo flavors here?
Arinto goes through Malo. Why don't we taste the flavor? Why? Well, very, very good question, João. João is in Chicago and is a brilliant sommelier.
Really?
Wow.
Wow, we're all around the world now.
Is
Wow.
brilliant. What we aim in viticulture is to have low malic acid. So we work for concentration of the grapes, so a lot of tartaric acid and less malic acid because of malolactic fermentation. So if we have low malolactic fermentation will not mess up with the profile, with the tasting. We don't find a lot of diacetyl, buttery aromas. If we don't have that and we pick too early, if we were in a more warm climate with grapes not so balanced, so we will have to pick early with a lot of malic acid. That's subtract during fermentation will have a strong impact in the wine. So we'll find out a lot of buttery aromas. Sometimes we find that in natural wines from the south of France, even here in Portugal, we find out that yeasty, creamy aroma that hides the terroir. I think maybe in those places are not suitable to do that kind of white wine, or the variety is not correct. Or
you just have to make wines from ripe grapes.
Yes.
If you get a sore throat from southern French wines, there's something wrong.
That's it.
The grapes have to be ripe when you harvest them to make a good wine, and you find that out by tasting. So, but I have to explain that to our German friends.
Yes. Low malic acid, we don't have problem in the tasting.
Ja. Also es geht jetzt nochmal um die Milchsäuregärung, die malolaktische Gärung. Da hat der nächste Freund von Pedro, Sommelier in Chicago, glaube ich, oder so, gefragt, warum eigentlich seine Weine nicht diese typischen Aromen haben oder diese Aromen, die man oft bei Weinen findet, die diese Gärung mitmachen, also diese ganze Joghurt- und Butternummer und so. Also das ist ganz einfach, weil er natürlich schon seine Trauben reif liest und die haben dann nur wenig Äpfelsäure und da gibt es einfach nicht so viel Äpfelsäure in Milchsäure umzuwandeln. Und Pedro hat schon auch die Hälfte geschafft. Okay,
I'm just one.
Okay, but you could do better. I really worked hard to hold my horses. So, also da ist also grundsätzlich erstmal nicht viel Äpfelsäure drin in den Trauben, weil die reif gelesen werden. Und dann hast du hinterher nicht so diesen Einfluss, den geschmacklichen Einfluss von der Milchsäuregärung, aber da kommt es auch immer drauf an, welche Milchsäurebakterien unterwegs sind. Also Milchsäuregärung eigentlich ein Riesenvorlesungsthema bei allen Önologen, deswegen lassen wir es mal hier stehen. So yeah, we always say that we don't want to get too technical, but we always end up hyper technical.
It's good for my WSET.
Always the same thing, and especially Kilian, who is now studying for his WSET level 4. So he's really into that, into all these things. But actually, the main thing is harvest good and ripe grapes, and then the wine will be good. So
you have to make a T-shirt with that, Bernd, referring to maturity. Ripe, good wine, ripe grapes for perspective.
For perspective, it's no problem. But for many other tastings, I better not wear this T-shirt.
Make a ripe grape wine, not war.
Yes, good point. Good point. Yeah. Good point. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Even if you have super ripe grapes, they have freshness when they're good.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, Pedro. I think, well, the bottle is empty. Usually, we don't have a bell. We have an empty bottle. And I see, well, there's still a lot of people watching. So apparently that was interesting.
Margarita.
Yes, and that's really funny because more and more people from the places where the domains are, we're talking to, the people are watching. So now tonight we have a lot of Portuguese people whom we really love. We love Portugal, but you know that. And the last time we had
Sven.
the half village of Benin.
Oh yes.
Benin of Bourgogne. And yes, so that's really fine, really funny. And now
There is a good friend here, Sven Niga. He was saying something
yes.
before. You know him?
I think I know him. At least I know the name.
Yes. We were together 10 years ago in New Zealand making wine. We know each other there, and he makes fantastic wines in Baden.
Yes, so that's maybe I haven't tasted his wine, so something to do. Yes, and then more and more wine growers, wine producers are watching, and yes, we are seeing all the flags. It's really all around the world. It's fantastic. That's fantastic. Thanks to everybody. Yes. So yes, wine is universal, and the love of wine as well. Thank you, Sven. And so yes, I think we continue to drink our wines in private now. And to indulge for everybody who wants. Don't forget your postings, wine and food. Well, not any wine, just of course Arinto. And
Björn wants to see you at Next Perspective.
Yes.
Whenever that may be.
Yes, Björn. Yeah, you.
I'll be there. I'll be there for sure.
Yeah, we count on you.
Yes.
For some rock and roll. With some rock and roll.
Yeah.
Yes. What you want. We have everything. Yeah. So thank you very much. Don't forget the postings. Don't forget the hashtags live im Wein-Kreis and Weinhandlung-Kreis. And next week, Kilian?
Next week.
Christel.
Yeah.
I think it's Portugal.
Peter.
No, that's the week after.
Well, we're not up to date. Sorry. We had João Barbosa coming up.
That's the week after.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's on our website.
Yep.
And it's on our upcoming newsletter, Friday.
Yes, Friday.
And
there are some special offers.
Yes,
if you're not subscribed to our newsletter, do it now because it will be amazing.
Yes. We have
Kati knows it.
Kati knows it.
Chateau de Roquefort.
Chateau de Roquefort. Yes, the most crazy vigneron from Provence, Raymond de Villeneuve.
Yes.
Hola,
everybody.
Hola.
There's nothing to eat here.
No, but everybody's eating risotto and all these things. Yes. So Raymond de Villeneuve will come. Will be with us, and well, he's half German, so we are going to speak German, and we are going to laugh a lot with him.
It will be crazy.
And yes, speaking of next newsletter. People who like Cantillon beer, who like
the wines of Bourgogne.
Yes. We don't even have it on our website because it's impossible. And so we have an offer this week, and we'll get more wines from Domaine du Bel Air, Bourgogne.
Yes.
So subscribe to our newsletter.
There will be some
worth it.
exclusive shit.
Yes. And we've got a fantastic playlist by Rainer Trüby on Mixcloud for our wines of the week. You can't miss that. See our Mixcloud account, and we don't give you the news now, but the next curator would be, wow, you will love it. But you have to wait for that 3 or 4 weeks, but you'll be surprised. Okay,
Cool.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Guys,
Pedro,
was
all the Thank you very much. Okay, he's back again.
Yeah.
He's back again.
I'm here.
I really thought you were falling asleep.
No, I was frozen for a bit. Frozen.
Yes. Okay, Pedro. Ciao,
Guys,
un abrazo.
Thank you.
Ciao,
Abraço
cheers.
muito grande. Hein? Um abraço.
Ciao.
Ciao, ciao.
Ja, vielen Dank.